All right, we're in the building. Y'all know who it is. Mark Fuller Team Alliance. think my mic might be up too loud. Hold on. I don't want any distortion. Let me make sure this is even set up properly. Check, check. All right, audio is set up. All right, so this is Live Market Observation on NADEX, Volume 75. I'm not sure, but if y'all hear the audio coming in distorted at all, please let me know. If it sounds good, also let me know. So either way, let me know how the audio is. I can't tell if it's too loud or if it's good. Seems like it might be coming in a little loud, but I lowered it, so shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, if it's distorting at all, please let me know. That I definitely don't want. All right, so all right, cool. Thank you, Keith. For any of you who may be new to this content, what you're looking at on the screen is the trading platform called NADEX. NADEX is a very powerful platform. It is actually an exchange, which just simply means that when you come to trade on this platform and you trade the instruments here, in particular, the 5-minute binary options, which is what we trade, the binary options allow you to select either a buy or a sell based on a price level in the market. So, for example, if you look at these candles on the chart over here, where you see this green box, you have candles that are red and blue. Red just simply means that the candle opened up and it closed or it ended lower. Blue means that it opened up and it ended higher than the previous candle. So if you have a current blue candle, it means that the market has moved up relative to the previous candle. And each of these candles are for 1 minute. So when you look at the market moving, the candles are giving you a visual representation of the movement based on what I just described about the red or the blue. Blue, once again, means that the market moved up. And if it ends up, that blue candle will remain there at the exact point that the market closed for that 60-second period. And then you'll see the next candle open. And then the market will do whatever it does from that point. So, for example, right now, you see the market moving higher. It's moving up relative to where it ended during the previous 60-second period. So this is just a visual display of the price of the market, the underlying market that we are observing. This is also the underlying market that the options are based on. So the binary options are given strike prices, which are just price levels based on the price activity of the underlying market. So the reason that you have the strikes where they are, and the strikes are the horizontal blue lines going across. The reason that the strikes are where they are is because of the movement of the market. So wherever the market is where you'll see the strike prices populated exactly the way that you see now. The reason that these lines are where they are positioned is because the market is where it is now. So you'll see that the horizontal lines interact with the movement of the market. These lines interact with the candles. Why? Because the horizontal lines are based on where the candles are, because the candles are reflecting where the market currently is. Okay. So it's very simple to trade this instrument, and NADEX makes it possible for you to make money if you are consistent with identifying trades that end in profit, meaning trades that end in the direction of the trade that you have selected. So if you're buying, what you're saying is, I believe the market is going to end above the strike price that I have selected to trade. So as an example, if I'm looking at this option here, I just clicked on the buy side for this option. And if I'm buying, it means what I'm saying is that I believe the market is going to ultimately end above this line. The top of the green box is also where that line is, because I have drawn this box just to identify the top and the bottom strike prices that are the most relevant ones. So if you look at where the candles are right now, you see where this red candle currently is. This is showing the movement of the market right now in real time. Right now, the market is in between the top and the bottom of this green box, which is actually representing this top strike price and this bottom strike price. So the market is in between these two price levels right now. That's why the red candle is inside of this green box, because that red candle represents where the market is right now. And the reason that it's red is because the market has moved lower from the previous 60-second period. Just like right now, the market now has moved higher than the previous red candle, and that's why it's blue, because the market is moving up relative to where it ended when this red candle was finished. So you see how the market is moving. It's flowing up and down, back and forth. It's doing whatever it's doing at the time. And your options are based on you making a decision as to whether the market will remain above or below a strike price or a price level in the market. And that's how simple it is to trade these options. Now, the problem that you're going to run into is the fact that the market is moving. So while you actually have time on the option, so for example, this 5-minute option just set just now. It just recycled. So we have a new 5-minute binary. The timer is up here. And the activity is here with the red and blue candles. And the right now activity is here with the blue candle. That's what the market is doing right this second. Now that blue candle just turned red. You see that? You see? Because this is showing the real-time movement of this market. So now the candle is red. The market is now below the bottom of this box, which means that it's now below this strike price. You see that? So you can make a decision if you want to and say, all right, you know what? I like the fact that it's moving lower. I'm going to sell. And you open up a sell for this strike price. And what you're saying by selling this is that you believe the market will stay under this line. You're saying that the market will stay under the bottom of the box. And if I want to move the box, I can move the box here now. And now you're saying, I want the market to stay in the box because we just relocated the box down here to these two price levels or these two strike prices. So you see how I'm simplifying the visual and I'm simplifying the way that you're looking at the market relative to the actual price levels or the strike prices of the options that you have and that you can select from for a trade. So I just gave you multiple tools. One of the tools is the green box. Another tool is the way that you look at the green box. So you can move it around. If I move it down here, the reason I would move it down here is because the candles are down here. You see how the candles are now in the box? So now when I'm looking, I know that if the market is in this box, that it's below this strike and it's above this bottom strike, because that's what the box represents. It represents the most relevant two strike prices, top and bottom. And right now, those are this one and this one. And that's where I put my box. So you see how I'm simplifying the visual, and I'm simplifying it so that it becomes that much easier for me to identify what the market's doing relative to the strikes or relative to the price levels for these options, right? Now, the problem people run into is the fact that the market is moving. So these candles are moving because the market is moving. The candles are showing the movement. If you got a red candle, it means that the market moved lower relative to the previous 60-second period. If you got a blue candle, it means the market moved higher relative to the previous 60-second period, right? Another thing that you're looking at is the size of the candles. See, in this observation, I'm actually educating people that are not fully aware of what they're looking at or what they're actually doing in the market. So I like to do this because I want to help you understand the basics and to elevate in your understanding of what you need to actually look for and to look at. See, your biggest concern is actually not the option. It's not the price level. The price level is just a level in the market that represents what you can choose your trade from. That's all the strike prices represent. But the most important thing for you to understand is how the market is moving, how it's moving. Because if you understand how it's moving, you'll understand why it is moving to a certain place or why not. You'll understand why it's not staying in a certain place. And I'll elaborate on that in a second. Let me use right now as an example. You see how right now this is now a red candle currently? What this is showing us is that the market is moving down relative to this previous 60-second period here, which was a minute ago. Market is moving lower. Now, the market could turn around and start going up. And if the market were to turn around and start moving up, this red candle would become blue. It would do it right now. If this went up, this red candle would turn blue. And at the same time, it would turn blue and it would have a little wick, little skinny line underneath it also. See, so the candle is showing you the market movement. It's showing you the activity. It's showing you how the market's moving. So when you see wicks on these candles, that's letting you know that the market actually moved the other way first, and then it proceeded to move in the direction of the color of the candle that it closed. Am I making sense? So these candles are showing you market movement. And why do I keep reiterating market movement? I'm reiterating that because understanding the movement is how you'll win the trades. See? That's how you'll win trades. If you understand how the market moves, you'll be able to consistently win your trade. In other words, you'll be consistently profitable when you trade. Because it's not about you picking a trade. It's about you understanding movement first. So let's just elaborate a little more on movement. Because you have different types of movement. Now, if the market moves in different ways, what way does the market need to move in order for your trade to give you the outcome that you want? That's the question. How would the market need to move in order for you to get into a trade? And when you get into that trade, you're selecting a direction. You're either buying or you're selling. That's why when you look at the option, what does it show you? It shows you a buy side and it shows you a sell side. Because there's only two options. You can either sell or you can buy. What you're doing is you're selecting a what? Direction. And what you're saying by selecting the direction is that you believe and you desire for the market to move or to end in the direction that you have chosen. So trade selection is literally direction selection. That's all you're doing. You're picking the direction. You're picking the direction of what? You're picking the direction of where you believe and where you want the market to end. Right? So just think about that for a moment. How would the market need to move in order for the direction that you chose to be the direction that the market ends in? This is powerful stuff. It's so simple what I'm explaining, but it's something that people don't do. People are not doing it. Most people don't trade the way that I'm describing at all. Most people are picking a trade. So they're just selecting a direction and they're just hoping that it wins. All right, well, I hope the market stays in this direction, because that's what you're saying when you trade without understanding the movement. So you need to understand that the market actually moves and that the movement means something. Sometimes the market will move back and forth a lot. And I mean back and forth within a 60-second period. So in other words, one of these candles, you'll see wicks on the top or on the bottom or both. That is giving you a lot of information about the movement, because it's letting you know the market was up, it was down, and then it ended in the direction of whatever the color of the candle is. That's where it finished. But the question is, well, how did it become that color? How did it become that color? And right now, the market is actually not that unstable. So I can't really show you a lot of examples of the unstable movement that I'm referring to. I don't really have a lot of examples to show. I kind of got one there, but that's a small candle. I want to show you on an obvious candle what I'm referring to. Here's one. This. If you look at this, you see how the wick is on the top? And what color is the candle? It's red. So what does this mean? This means that the market actually went up first. So when this candle opened up and moved higher, it was blue first. It was blue. In the same minute, during the same 60-second period, the market moved away from that upward movement and it moved lower. And not only did it move lower, but it continued to move lower and it ended down here. And that's why the candle became red. So what is now a red candle was blue first. How do you know that, Mark? Because there's a wick on the top. So let's simplify it. If you're in a trade, would you want the market to move this way? That's the question that you always need to be asking. If I was in a trade, would I want the market to move the way that it's moving right now? That is the question. And if your answer is no, I wouldn't want to be in a trade, then that means that there is no trade. That means that there's no reason to be in a trade. There's no reason to be even considering a trade yet. Why not? Because the movement of the market is not stable. And this is the purpose of these candles. See, people look at the candles and they're thinking in their mind, well, I need to find a trend. I just need to see the market moving in one direction. I want to see all blue candles, or I want to see all red candles. It's not as simple as that, because you can have a whole series of blue or red candles and not know how they were created. I just showed you that example just now with the red candle. That red candle wasn't red first. This was blue first. It went up first, then it came down. So if this is a red candle and you're counting that as red for purposes of your trend, what you're not accounting for is the movement. You're missing out on the fact that there was movement in there that was not stable. And because you don't take that into consideration, you'll end up in trades that will have that same type of behavior, and you end up losing a trade and not knowing why. And that is where most people who are trading find themselves. Retail traders find themselves there, not knowing why. And that's why this content is so important, because this is teaching you to understand what is most important first. But Mark, I just need a good strategy and I'll be fine. No, you won't. There's hundreds of strategies that you can use. There's a bunch of different signal services out there that you can use. People sign up for them all the time and they use them. Yet people are still not consistent in their trading. I wonder why that is. It's because you're focused on the strategy, meaning the way that you're entering into trades. And if you're basing your entry into a trade off of limited things that are going on in the market, you're missing out on the most important aspect of the market, which is the movement. Well, this strategy just simply calls for, when these two moving averages cross over, that's when you take an entry in that direction, because as long as the price is above the moving averages, that's you just buy that way. And that's what you limit your trades as far as selection to. That strategy. Mind you, that strategy does not account for the actual movement of the market, even with whatever that crossover may be. So you have to understand, moving averages cross over after price moved. They are delayed. So how can you use something that's delayed to lead you? How does that work? You see where I'm going? So it's not that strategies aren't good. That's really not what your problem is. Your problem is that you're limiting your trade selection to only the strategy, when your trade selection should really be more attached to the movement of the market first, meaning you shouldn't even think about being in a trade unless you understand what the movement in the market currently is. You need to be able to recognize if the movement is stable or it's not. And if there is indication in the market that it's not stable, that means whatever trade comes your way, you don't enter that trade. Why not? Because the market is not stable. This is something that I've been talking about. I'm doing a project for a different platform for binaries that's not NADEX. One of the things as of late that I've been talking about in those videos is what it is that you want as a trader. When you enter into a trade, you don't expect or want the market to move against you first. You definitely don't want the market to move against you at the end, causing you to lose. But my point is that you don't enter the trade with the expectation that the market is going to move against you, do you? When you enter your trade, what's the purpose of you entering? It's because you believe that the market is going to move in your favor, right? So if that's the case, then we know what your intention is when you enter. I know that you're not entering basing your entry off of reversal energy in the market, because you don't have the expectation of a reversal when you enter the trade. You're not entering saying, oh, well, I think it's going to go against me first. That's not why you enter. You don't enter with that thought process at all, do you? What are you thinking when you click in? All right, I want the market to move in this direction. Or you're saying, I want the market to stay in this direction. Because with these binaries, the market could already be in the money, meaning that it's already in position in the direction that you're choosing. So either way, your entry or you entering the market is not based on you believing that the market will move against you at all, is it? See? I'm digging into this because this is going to help so many of you gain clarity for why you're doing it. See, if you don't know why you're entering into a trade, you shouldn't be entering into a trade.
I'm focused, man.
Period. If you don't know why you're doing it, you should be doing it. So that means that it's in your best interest to actually take the time to understand how the market's moving before you enter into a trade. I don't care how good the trade setup looks to you. It's in your best interest to understand the environment that you're in, meaning, well, how fast or slow is the market actually moving right now? Is it moving slower, or is there momentum? Is it moving faster? See, that's environment. You need to understand that. Next thing is you need to understand stability. Is the market moving back and forth a lot, or is it moving and then remaining wherever it moves to? That's how you identify stability of the movement. Why is that important? Because if you know that stability is present, you now know how to set up your trades. See, instead of you looking for trade setups, allow the market to set your trades up. That's powerful. See, too many people do it the other way around. You're looking for trades first. You find yourself forcing trades. You find yourself over trading. You find yourself revenge trading because you lose one and then you try to get the money back. All of it is trade mode. And that's actually not where you need to be if you want to be profitable. You need to be in market mode. Allow the market to select your trades. We just talked about the fact that you never enter a trade thinking it's going to move against you first. Am I right? So if that's never your intention, then if that type of behavior is present, it means you shouldn't be in a trade. If you know you don't want the market to move down after you bought, but you know that that movement is there where the market's moving down first and then it's moving up. You already know that that behavior is in the market. So why would you trade? Well, because my trade set up. That is exactly why you don't need to look for trade setups, because they end up setting you up. And not in a good way. It's in your best interest to learn how to observe the market and understand the movement of the market first, and then allow the market to build your trade around its movement. That is so powerful. See, because what happens is when you allow the market to do that, you already know the outcome of what the market is doing. You know the outcome of stable movement already. And if that's the case, when you enter a trade, if the market movement is stable, you know the outcome of the trade. Think about it. Think about it. See, and this applies on any trading platform. I remember before I even introduced the training for the other platform, I used to always talk about how these rules apply on any trading platform. And I'm not talking about trading rules. I'm talking about market rules. See, that's the issue most people end up having. And it's why they get frustrated and quit. Because they trade themselves right out of the industry. They make a couple of deposits. They blow a couple of accounts. They never gain control of themselves. They never develop their mindset, because you need to have your mindset developed and elevated, meaning you need to develop patience and discipline, focus, so that you don't do stupid things in the market. No dumb trades. What's a dumb trade? A dumb trade is any trade that you enter knowing that the market ain't stable. A dumb trade is any trade that you enter not knowing if the market is stable or not. Those are dumb trades. A smart trade would be to wait until the market movement is stable and then enter a trade that the market sets up for you. That's a smart trade because it's not based on you picking the trade. It's based on the market selecting the trade based on its movement. Like, just think about what I'm saying. It makes perfect sense. That's why most people don't do it. See, if you notice, most people don't do shit that makes sense, do they? No, they don't. People do shit that don't make any sense. It's like it's in our nature. It's human nature to do a bunch of shit that makes no sense at all. It's like, why'd you do that? I don't even know. See, you have to undevelop those habits because you have that inherently if you are a human being. If you're human, it's natural to do stupid things. You do stupid things first, and then you like, damn, I don't even know why I did that. Am I lying? I'm not making this up. This is what we do. And I include myself in that because I used to do that. I don't do it anymore, at least not in the market. I can't speak for everything, but I know when it comes to market activity, I'm not thinking about trades first. Nope. I am observing and waiting because I know that the market will give it to me. And that's what I wait for. So the duration that you wait for, that time is so valuable because you're learning how to control yourself through your mindset elevation. And that's what allows you to execute the same process in the market. See, waiting for the market to reveal its movement to you is priceless. And that's the key to your trades winning. Because you're not going to trade knowing that the market's not stable. So the market is giving All right, I think we're back now. I don't know what that was. Sometimes this thing just drops completely off. But we should be back now. All right, let me get my screen back up. And I was about to say something. I forgot what it was. But it should come back to me. Should come back. But basically, I'm sure that what I was about to say had to do with what I'm always saying, which is very simple. And it's so simple that it's difficult for people to do. People don't tend to do simple first. People complicate things that are simple. And the reason that you have a tendency to complicate things is because there's something in you that likes confusion a little bit. It's like we like confusion. We must like it because it's us who confuses things. When things are simple, we literally in our brain there's something that says, nah, it can't be that easy. Can't be that simple. It got to be more to it than that. Am I telling the truth? Inherently, we make things difficult that don't need to be. So, of course, people are going to do that in the market. Yes, this is what okay, thank you, Mark G. Thank you, sir. That's what I was saying. I'm not going to take a trade in the market, period, unless the market is stable. So that means that I'm going to wait for the market to give me a trade. What does that even mean? Well, the market is going to give you a trade at some point once it is stable. And as long as you're waiting for the stability in the market, and this is regardless of which perspective you're looking from, whether it's horizontal or it's vertical, meaning that you can see stability with the market kind of moving across or with the market moving up or down with a lot of momentum in it. Remember what I just described at the beginning of this observation about the candles and the wicks and what they mean. So when you start having bigger candles with fewer wicks on them, do you know what that means? When you start seeing bigger candles that are moving through the strikes, in other words, they're moving through the box. Like you see how I have the box there? Remember what the box represents. The box represents two price levels, top and bottom. If you got, excuse me, big candles that are moving through the box, and those big candles don't have wicks on them, what is that telling you about that movement? Not just the size of the candles, the movement itself. If you got big candles with little to no wicks on them, what is that letting you know about the movement? It's letting you know that the movement is stable. Because if you got a candle that starts at one point and ends at the extreme opposite point, that candle will be a color, either red or blue, and it will have very little, if any, wick on it, which lets you know it started here and it ended there. Started here, ended there. That's what a candle, a long candle, means as far as movement goes. And of course, there can be movement in between, but ultimately the movement and the momentum that was present was dominant enough to make that candle turn that color with no wick on it. You see how you do? Like, do y'all see what I'm describing? I'm describing market movement. See, this is why when you tune into these lives and these observations, you not only get education, but you get a little bit of training. It's like I'm training you mentally to stop thinking about the trade. And I know that it's very difficult for so many of you to do that. Because you're like, well, this is trading. We're supposed to trade. You're not just supposed to trade not knowing why you're doing it. You shouldn't be trading if you don't know if the market is stable or not. You should have an idea of if the market is stable or not before you trade. That's more important than you just trading. That's way more important, what I just said. You need to know how the market's moving before you trade. The trade is not as important as you knowing what the market is doing. Listen. Pay attention. Pay attention to what I'm saying. See, and then it's all right. And then on top of that, you have this NADEX platform where you literally can trade once a week and position yourself for financial freedom. And I'm not playing. With no exaggeration, you literally can position yourself to earn thousands of dollars on one trade. And you only have to trade once a week. And let me not even say it like that. If you were to trade only once a week, you can scale starting from a very small amount of money, like $100, which is enough for you to start with one contract. And you build your way a series of trades by being consistent, one trade at a time, and position yourself and your account so that on subsequent trades, you're earning thousands of dollars. So, for example, when you start out, the first trade that you take, you make about 18 bucks. You can scale up your account over a period of time and over a series of about 25 to 30 trades, and we'll say 25 trades. Over the period of time that it takes you to accumulate 25 actual trades, that consistency leads to the same trade that you earned 18 bucks on. After you're in position, after 25 trades in, you're earning over $2,000 on trade. On the same trade. The same one. The same trade that you would be in with one contract. 25 trades later, you're in the same trade. Are you following me? In other words, you're applying the same process. So the same process that you use at one contract, you're using 25 trades later. Doing it once a week. If that's all that you did, we're talking about six-figure income. Six-figure income, aka financial freedom. Hello? That's NADEX. That's what NADEX allows you to do. With just one trade a week. Mind you, do you realize how many opportunities that there are in one day? You're dealing with 5-minute binaries. There's 12 opportunities in an hour. So this is not even about all these opportunities to trade. This is about waiting for the market to stabilize so that it basically hand delivers you the trade that you'll know the outcome of. So you end up being in a trade that is profitable. One of the 25 trades that you need to get into position. This is like, it's crazy. It's crazy to me every time I think about it, because I'm like, this is what you guys have available to you. Like this is in your hands right now. This is what you're able to do. And it's not like it's rocket science. It's like this is not hard to understand and hard to do. It's not at all. It's very simple. I'm explaining what it is that we do. We observe the market. Why? Because we're waiting to see the market become stable. Why? Because when the market is stable, we know the outcome of the movement. Oh. So that means if we know the outcome of the movement, we'll know the outcome of the trade. Exactly. Exactly. Instead of trading and hoping trades win, because you don't know why you're trading. You just know that you're trading. Well, my trade set up, so yeah. When my trade sets up, I just take it. Again, you're ignoring the most important part of trading. Don't you realize that the most important part of trading is the market? It's so crazy to me that people don't get that. I don't understand why people don't still understand that. They still don't understand that. The most important part of trading is understanding the market, not the trade. It's easy to trade. Just pick a side. You want to trade, just pick buy or sell. Just pick one. It's easy to trade. But we just simply want the outcome of our trades to be the same thing each time, which is a win that produces a profit. That's it. And there's a scientific way to go about doing it. It's called observation. When you observe, it means that you watch the market. Well, Mark, what am I looking for exactly? You're looking for stability in the movement. Not reversal energy, not wicks on the candles, not big long wicks on all of the candles, not that. When you see that, there should be no trading. It's called instability. Why would you want to be in a trade with the market moving like that? Well, I wouldn't want to be in one. Exactly. This is what I mean about common sense and simple stuff. People don't like simple because they don't believe that it can be that simple. Well, it is that simple. It's as simple as I'm explaining it. And it's here now. It's available to you right now. That's the crazy part. I'm like, see, and a lot of people, what they'll do who come into this information, they'll sign up for training and they will not follow my instructions. The first thing I tell folks to do when they come into training is to watch 4 videos. Oh, well, Mark, one of those videos is the free video that is on YouTube. So what? Whether it's free or whether it wasn't free. If that's part of the initial instruction, you might want to follow the instruction. There's a reason I'm telling you to watch that video. Your mindset is necessary. See, this is not just about you learning Mark's strategy. Because in actuality, there is no strategy. Not how you think. See, you're thinking, oh, well, I want to trade how Mark trades. But you don't understand why Mark trades how he trades. Why do I trade the way that I do? That's what I'm teaching you and training you to do. See? Well, Mark, I want to copy your trades. If you want to copy my trades, copy my behavior. You know what I do? I watch the same 4 videos I tell you to watch every day. That playlist is on repeat in my house every day. And this is exactly why I don't have to think about anything. When I come on the charts, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm waiting for. And that's all I do naturally without thinking about it. I don't have to think, I forgot. Wait, what was phase 2 again? I know it was phase 1 and then phase 2 and then phase 3. Oh, what was phase 2? What I forgot what that was. See, you should know what phase 2 is. You should know how important phase 2 is. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean about training. Oh, well, I don't have to train because he gives it away for free. Literally, even if I put the whole training on YouTube for free, people still wouldn't do it. You know why? Because you're not held accountable for it. See, it's different when you have skin in the game. When you pay for training, you're held accountable now because you're holding yourself accountable. See, when you pay for something, you're saying to yourself, well, I'm paying for this, so I need to do this. Exactly. When shit is free, what do? Nothing. You watch a few videos and that's it. Oh, he's good. He talks about good stuff. And that's as far as it goes. But you don't commit to doing anything, do you? Why? Because you didn't pay for it. When you take your money, your hard-earned money, and you pay, it immediately changes the dynamic of what you're doing. Because now in your mind, you're like, yo, I need to take this serious. I'm paying for this. I need to take this serious. You see how do you see how psychological it is? It's so crazy. And mind you, the majority of the stuff that I do talk about for free is everything I talk about in the training. So it is as if I'm doing it for free, but I'm actually not. And even if I was doing it all for free, wouldn't be the same. It's not the same as when you pay. Paying is psychological for you. Paying means that you have to hold yourself accountable now because you're paying. See, I love to break all of this down. I really do. Because people get the wrong impression when it comes to things. What's so crazy is that I don't want nothing free. If someone is offering something of value to you, it shouldn't be free. Shouldn't be free. If someone was offering something valuable for free, I would pay them anyway. See, because the dynamic would be different for me. I know that I would actually take it seriously and apply it. Whatever they're giving away, I would apply it and then I would pay them. You know why? Because I know that I benefited from it. And I know that it's worth something. I would feel guilty to not give them anything. I'm just breaking down the psychological aspect of all of this because this plays a psychological part in your trading as well. See, this is part of the reason why people lose as well, because they have the wrong mindset. If you got the free 99 mindset, you're already lost. If you the type, I give you another good example. If you the type that eats out at a restaurant and don't tip the waiter, you got the fucked up mindset. You always want to get away with not paying. You always want something for nothing. Don't you realize that you can't be successful doing that at all? Listen, no success will come your way if you think like that. Period. You're always trying to figure out a way to not pay. What do you like? What is that? No. That's part of the reason that you lose. See, so much of this is psychological. It's not even funny. It really is not funny. You wondering why you still be losing your trades? Because you're cheap. You're a cheapskate. That's why. You don't want to pay for shit. Trying to figure out how not to tip the waiter. What is that? You don't want to tip the waiter, then don't eat out. Stay your ass in the house. Or go get some McDonald's. Go get some fast food. Don't sit down and eat nowhere. That's like, I mean, like that's probably the best correlation that I can use. Because it's those people with that mentality, they're the ones that will never succeed at nothing. You're a loser. That's a loser's mentality. So if you come around with that same mentality in this industry, it's over for you. You ain't never gonna win. The market is generous. You'll never win because you're too busy trying to get shit for free. I give you another example of how someone applies that in trading. Someone will look at pricing, for example, on this platform. We used to call it low-hanging fruit. They'll spend their time just looking for that low-hanging fruit to try to get that. Oh, look at that. Look at the pricing on that. Oh, let me get that. Click. We don't got to do that. That's exactly why I told everybody stop doing that. And those of you that have been training for a while, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know how somebody puts an order out there and you see it and it's in the money and you're like, oh shit, look at that. If you're the type that's always looking for that, you're a loser. Why am I saying that? Because we don't need that. We don't need to do that. All we got to do is wait for the market to literally give us a trade. That's going to win. And we know why it's going to win. And we remain consistent, do that once a week. And it's financial freedom. Period. Come on now. Like this is so it's just simple, man. Yeah, right. What was phase 2 again? You don't know because your ass ain't training. Not following my instructions. I told you to watch them 4 videos every day. You watch them once. Instead of watching the videos, what you do? You go make a deposit. Come on, man. I know what you be doing. You go make a deposit, blow your account, and then quit. clown. It's just clown shit. It's clowning. Stop it. Low hanging fruit is putting disrespect on the skill that we get full value for our skill. Ooh. Listen. Listen to that. That's hard. That's hard. All facts. We don't need low hanging fruit. We literally have a whole store full of fruit. We're not even picking from the tree. It's already been done. Our fruit is in the store. We leave the tip and pay for the full meal because you can't cheat your way to success. Exactly. 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 See, it's about a value exchange. It's just like anything. If you receive value for something, you should pay for it. That like it's ludicrous that people think that you should get shit for free. I don't understand that. Why should you get anything for free? Nothing's free. Oh, well, I didn't pay anything for it. Yes, you did. Even if you didn't pay money for it, you paid with your time. But you're going to pay something. Nothing is free. It's just like thinking that you're going to develop the skill set to be successful in the market for free. Are you kidding? No. What do you think training is? Training is you paying. When you train, you're paying with your time. Come on, man. Listen. Listen to what I'm saying. You don't train, you don't elevate. You don't train, you don't get the skill set. Oh boy. Here he goes again. I'm just telling you the facts, man. And my thing always is, I'm like, well, if you're not getting this skill set, what are you doing? What's better than this? Like, I'm just saying, for the average person, regular people, the average everyday person, what skill set is better than this? Think about what we're able to do and how we're able to get it done. On a tablet, on a cell phone, on a laptop, with Wi-Fi. Open up the platform, look at the market. Watch the market, wait. Market stabilizes, trade comes, money in the bank. What skill set is better than that? What's better than that? Tell me. Skill set. Because that means you took the time to train and to learn it. You paid with your time to learn it. That's why you deserve what comes from it. Listen, the reason that you deserve the freedom is because you paid. All right. All right, I'm about to wrap it up. Crazy, man. Crazy. And it's so crazy people think that they deserve freedom, but they're not willing to pay the price for it. Come on, man. Like, just stop. Stop. Nobody gets anything without paying for it. So why would it be any different? I don't understand. I just don't get people. Oh, well, I tried it. It didn't work for me. If it didn't work for you, it means you didn't try it. Or better yet, you didn't do it. Because what you're calling trying is watching the videos 3 times and then opening up an account and making a deposit and then losing it. That's your definition of tried. Doing exactly what I told you not to do. I told you don't open up a live account yet. And then I said, when you do open up a live account, don't put no money in yet. Did you listen to that? Nope. What do? You watch the video 3 times and then you open up a live account and you make a deposit. And then you go and try to trade. Forgetting everything I told you about observation, wait for the market, learn the movement first, don't trade until you understand the movement, why are you entering the trade, wait for the market to become stable. Market is not stable, you shouldn't trade. You disregarding all of that. What are you doing? You just in the market. You on the platform just trading away. You would have thought I didn't tell you anything. Come on, man. And this is the type of dumb shit people do after they get in training. I'm like, well, I told you before you even got in training not to do none of that. Oh, you're gonna be the exception, right? You're gonna be the one that it doesn't happen to. No, I don't think so. You're gonna join the long list of people that are hard-headed who didn't listen and did exactly what I said not to do and lost. Then started getting frustrated. Then I don't hear from them. Uh-oh, here we go. Here he goes. Right? First week, you was all in the chat. Yeah, guys, we're going to make it happen. TA is the greatest. You was all in the chat for the first week. 2 weeks later, I don't hear nothing from you. Wonder what happened. I'm over here telling you to record and show your recordings, post them in the group. Oh, I didn't record it, but so you're not posting because you're not recording. Gotcha. So you telling me what happened and what you did. I don't know what you did because I can't see it. You could have done anything. Oh, well, what I took a trade and did the market reversed it. I think NADEX is watching my account. But you don't have a recording, though. No recording. But you think NADEX is watching your account. You think NADEX is cheating you. But you don't even have a recording to show. When that's the first thing I tell you to do. Aside from playing 301. I tell you that when you observe, record. I didn't say trade yet. I said observe. Record your observation. Post it in the group. And get feedback. Tell you to do that. What do? Not that. You done opened up an account, funded it, lost the first account, then funded it again, then lost the second account. And there's no recordings. No recordings, but you done blew your account twice already. Then what happens? Now you mad at the group. Now you mad at everybody. Oh, you know what? Fuck this. I'm leaving. And then you see they left the chat. And you're like, oh, another one bites the dust. Like, I'm just like, see, and the reason I talk about this is because this is what people do. I'm not making it up. I'm not making this up. Look, how true is this? A lot of TA roadkill in these streets because of the inability to follow instructions. Come on, man. But and then leave it to you. What you gonna say? Oh, I tried it. It didn't work for me. I believe it works, but it didn't work for me. That doesn't even make any sense. If it works, it will work for you. But maybe you didn't work. Uh-oh. All right. All right. Anyway, so this was another Rant Man observation, another Rant Man production. Rant Man ain't pop up in a little while, but he definitely was on here tonight. But yeah, this was a very good observation. When y'all watch this back, listen to what I was explaining about the candles and about the fact that you never enter into a trade expecting the market to move against you first. So if you don't want the market to move against you first, why would you be trading when the market has that behavior already? That's hard. Just think about that. What business do you have trading if you know the market ain't stable already? You know it's not stable. And you know you don't want to be in a trade when it ain't stable. Come on, man. You know that already. So why are you trading when it's not stable? Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, y'all. I'm wrapping it up. So this is live NADEX market observation. I believe this is volume 75. In the bag. So I will be back on what's today? Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I might do a coffee and charts at some point before the market closes. Tomorrow the market will be closing at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will make every effort to do a coffee and charts before then. All right. So if I'm able to do so, I'll see you guys then. If not, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. You know what it is. Mark Fuller Team Alliance. I will check you guys on the next one. All right. All right, y'all. I'm out. Love, peace, and soul.
Dom de Marco, Dom de Marco.